Oh, it's an exciting day here in the realm of Roamin Rich. I've got some new news for you here. Um, has to do with the old Bill Sheas gas station in Springfield, Illinois. Now, some of you may know that about 10 years ago, Bill Sheas Sr. had passed away, and there was a big auction to sell a bunch of stuff, and I acquired a small fraction of that stuff, and I want to look over it here right now. So we've got some gas pumps and various memorabilia um, and signage. This is probably one of the coolest things I got from that auction was the Bill Sheas sign. This was a repurposed Interstate 55 sign that lets you know to get off onto Illinois Route 66, and then Shea had kind of modified it and put this Exit 66 Shea Stadium sticker on it, and then bolted this historic Route 66 sign to it as well. But that is a real highway sign. And anyway, this stuff is all going back to the Shea Museum thanks to this fellow right here, Randy Pickett. How you doing, Randy?
Doing fine, thank you.
So Randy come down here from Springfield, Illinois, and he's here to reclaim pretty much everything that I still own from that museum that I purchased. There's a few things that I sold off, but for the most part I have everything. This is an old gas pump. This is an original gas pump, a Bennett, and from what I was told by Bill Shea Jr., which is also passed now, that was a new old stock pump. It never was used, and they had it on display there inside the museum. Still has a tag on it. Looks to be in pretty good condition. Another one of my favorite pieces here is this old Redhead Creeper, and I really like this because of the branding on it. I thought it was pretty cool. Anytime you see an image of a sexy woman, it's pretty cool. We got Bill Shea's Award 1956 from B.F. Goodrich. Some other signage. Here's a picture that I made for Bill Shea when I did one of my big first adventures on Route 66. In fact, I wasn't even going by Roamin Rich back then. I signed it with my real name there, 2010. And he had this hanging up on the wall in his place. And then there's just a bunch of stuff here, marathon stickers and old receipts and stuff that he had made. And then these are pretty cool. He used to have these stickers here that he would put on the back of his camper tops and stuff that he sold, and trailers and things like that. So anyway, yeah, a bunch of old bumper stickers. Pretty cool stuff. I hung on to it. A buddy of mine, Scott Sheehan, he had purchased an old Steak and Shake truck, and he's given that back as well to the museum. And then we had all these stencils that were thrown in the trash at the auction, and I grabbed them all. Bill Shea was a clock maker. He would make clocks out of like acrylic fiberglass, and these are his jigs or his stencils for that. This one is probably the coolest, Illinois Route 66 sign. So I thought those were pretty cool. They're historically important. So, Randy, like, what's your motive here, man? Why are you coming back down here to St. Louis and grabbing all this stuff up?
That's where it belongs, and I sure appreciate you being a caretaker of them so they didn't get sold and dispersed all over the country, and they're going to go back where they're intended.
Yeah. It's there's more stuff. There's a double oiler. There's a marathon gas pump. There's a ringer for your towels and stuff. There's the old sign that he used to have out there. It said "Pass Gas," which was kind of funny. It was kind of Bill's sense of humor. An old air pump. I got some other stuff too, but you know, it kind of pained me when this museum went up for sale. It kind of really bothered me that all this stuff was going to be sold and dispersed out to various trophy hunters and stuff. And I was really glad to see Randy come along and repurpose this museum and bring it back to life. I mean, that's such a rarity these days that anybody would do something like this. You're not related to Bill, all right? No.
No relation.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just kind of strange, but I really appreciate Randy resurrecting Bill Sheas Museum, and it's great. So it all worked out when the museum went up for sale 10 years ago. I was just like really bummed out about it, didn't know what to do, and I bought all this stuff, and ultimately didn't know what I was going to do with it. But there's a reason for everything, you know. That's kind of the moral of the story here, is that everything that's meant to be is meant to be, and the evolution marches on of Route 66. So where is this stuff going to be stored at? Is it going to be inside, outside?
It's mostly going to all be inside. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Got plenty of room in there.
I mean, some of the stuff has some wear on it, but it, you know, for 10 years, it doesn't look too bad. Most of it sat outside. I didn't, you know, there was a few things that stayed inside, like the gas pump and this old sign here, which you can kind of catch the reflectiveness of it in this light. Even those chairs over there were at Bill Sheas. A couple of things I had that I've given away, a couple of things I gave away were the old TV sets that Bill had his picture on and stuff. And I'm hoping maybe Jeff Fulgenzi, that's the fellow I gave them to, I'm hoping maybe he'll be kind enough to maybe donate those back to Sheas Museum. I gave them to Jeff, said here you go, because at the time I was like, what am I going to do with these TV sets like of Bill Sheas? Like, I rescued them from the dumpster, but like, what am I going to do with them? Why are they in my collection? They belong in Springfield. So I gave them to Jeff Fulgenzi, and he put them there in his display at his pizza restaurant. So I'm hoping maybe he'll bring those back. I also gave an old time air compressor from the 20s to the Museum of Industry in Belleville. They still have that item. And then recently our dear friend Rich Henry passed. I had put on loan to him an old road closed sign that Bill Sheas had kind of mocked up. I'd call it folk art, but it was it said road closed, WPA Road, Route 66. It was kind of a really neat prop that he had out there in front of his gas station, and that's set out there in front of Rich Henry's place now for almost 10 years. And now that Rich is gone, I think it would be cool to get that back and put it back out at Sheas. So I want to show you guys the one last thing that I'm most I guess fond of. Let's go take a look at it. So this is like my favorite piece right here, Randy. Go over there and stand there in front of it. Now, most people will look at this and go, what are you talking about? Why is this your favorite piece? Now, Randy, do you know why this is my favorite piece?
Yeah, it's got Bill Sheas and Mr. Teague.
That's right.
Put their names in the concrete when this was poured.
That's right. So they signed that. They basically scribed their names. It's hard to see because it's raining out here today, but this says Sheas. I believe it says 1940, 45, 46. And then over here it says US 66. This one's very easy to see. Tom Teague, US 66. And I never got to meet Tom Teague. He passed away in his 40s, and such a cool guy, really good author. And that there is like my favorite piece just because of that, because Bill Sheas and Tom Teague scribed their name into it. And that's just basically an old gas station light post. A sign should be hanging off of that, and I had a mobile sign that I was going to hang off of it, but never got around to it. And but now it's going to go back to Sheas, and I'm sure Randy here is going to find something to hang off of it, won't you?
Find something.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's cool. So, all right. Well, that's all we have for right now. We're going to load up. So make sure when you get through Springfield, Illinois, that you stop at Sheas Museum there in Springfield and check it out. There's so much in Springfield to do, but such an amazing accomplishment here from Randy to resurrect a museum and bring it back to life. I don't think it's ever been done before. So you owe it to yourself, and you owe it to Route 66 to stop there, check it out, take lots of pictures, share them all on Facebook, and I hope you'll share this video too. So, all right, thanks a lot. I'm Roamin Rich. As always, go your own way. Thanks to Randy here. We got some work to do.